Hey guys, it's Jimbo's Grapes here with another video. This one's going to be a Stottmeister brew. Um, this is going to be part of a deck primer, so there will be a deck list to go with this if you look at the article, which I will link in the description once it's up. And basically, Stottmeister's been trying to convince everybody to play this deck. And frankly, it was kind of just like, it kind of looks like shit. Kind of looks like it's not going to do anything. Like it doesn't look very good at all. And he's kept saying, "Oh man, I keep winning, I keep winning, I keep winning." And it's like I was in a bit of a rut, you know, having troubles going better than 2-2 for a couple tournaments in a row. Mostly due to brewing with some less than optimal decks, and then also a slight bit of bad luck. I don't think I played horribly. But yeah, you know, that happens sometimes when you're brewing and you're not playing completely streamlined decks or totally optimal decks, or, you know, trying to find another powerful deck. So I decided to give this one a whirl in the queues because I was like, oh man, if you want a 4-0, just play this deck, just play this deck, just play this deck. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll give it a try, even though it kind of looks like crap. I didn't change anything to the list. I played exactly what he said to play. Even though there's some stuff that, looking back, I might change around. But it's basically just a control deck. I don't know. It did. I mean, you guys are going to see it does pretty well. This first game in particular is a very long game. This one game is more than the other 3 games combined, so if you get bored of this one, although this was a really good game, you know, feel free to skip ahead, I guess. I don't know how to, but maybe in the description of the video, I'll see if I can figure out how to put a timestamp for when each game starts. Anyways, so with the rebalance, one thing that a lot of people have been talking about is how bad the ley lines are nowadays. And I was totally on board with this. I completely agreed. I was like, man, the ley lines are all just garbage. I didn't even like them to begin with. I thought they weren't good to begin with. And pretty much all of them, yeah, all of them got like -1/-1 at level 1. And yeah, they just all seem really bad. And on top of that, the general consensus has been, well, games are barely ever going into power level 3 with all these super aggressive decks, so, you know, even though it's fine at level 2, the level 1 is like where it needs to shine, right? So it's like if the level 1's garbage, then, you know, it's not really playable. However, definitely one thing that is should be of consideration when deck building is you need to have a certain amount of utility cards in your deck. And so you need to have your threats, you need to have some utility cards, and then you need to have stuff that supports your threats. Which, you know, some cards will double over and do both things well, but yeah, the Leyline Sentries are just like a really, really good utility card. Like you don't really play them unless you absolutely have to. Or if they're really, really good in the matchup. You just don't play them. And then sometimes you get them for free and they're just in the deck to basically, you know, be free. And they do that very well. They're very, very good at just being a free card. Like, very, very low risk to playing them. And a pretty high upside, really. Like, you know, free cards are... I've been saying this a while, but free cards are probably like one of the biggest problems with this game because free cards are so freaking good. But yeah. So yeah, here Epidemic, Tendrils the Dozer, pretty straightforward. And I don't know if I go with the I go with the Barrier Soldier. Ebon Skull Knight in front of the Patron of Tarsus would have probably also been okay. But I haven't been paying super close attention, but it's possible I could have gotten another Epidemic to clear up the Patron, or, you know, like just whatever. And I'm only taking 3 damage effectively right now, so it's not really that big of a deal. And the only thing I will say though about the Ebon Skull Knight is leveling up the Ebon Skull Knights is really important against Dozer decks because the level 2 trades with the level 2 Dozer. So that's definitely something to consider. Obviously, I didn't utilize that here, but I think it's fine. This is pretty obvious. Just Scythe onto the Berry. Oh yeah, and play the Crypt Conjurer because value. I don't think there's any point to playing the Barrier Soldier here. The Crypt Conjurers level way better. Like the Crypt Conjurers are insane to level up. And yeah. So yeah, no problems with my play there. He's got a pretty weak board. Like, if he gets through, he's only doing 1 damage to us, which is, pretty negligible. A lot of people have been doing this this Patron of Tarsus thing, because Patron of Tarsus is pretty overpowered. I personally don't think I would do it. It seems really risky, but there's certainly merit to it. Patron of Tarsus is one of the strongest cards in the game, and if you splash like 3 Dozers and maybe 1 Behemoth, or I don't think, like, the big reason I wouldn't want to do that is because Behemoth is actually one of the best counters to Dozer, and you can't play a Patron deck with Behemoth and Dozer, I don't think, or at least I wouldn't, because it just seems too risky. Like, if you draw a level 2 or a level 3 Patron of Tarsus, and you have 2 Utera cards in your hand, especially when people are running stuff like Aetherphage or Plunder Imp's pretty popular now, like, it's a pretty good chance that your patrons are not going to be able to trigger, and that could actually, like, make you lose a game because of that. So then again, at that same time, if you have 2 Dozers or 2 Behemoths in your hand, I'm sure you can't really be that upset because you have a Dozer and a Behemoth in your hand, so it's like, whatever. But it is what it is. Oddly enough, he moves his Dustma over here, which is fine. I go ahead and Epidemic, and I would say probably putting Duskmaw in 2 would be the best play here. I don't remember what I did. It's possible I just trade off the Ebon Skull Knight, but Duskmaw in 2 would have been a fine play here too. Okay, this actually makes a lot of sense here, Duskmaw in 4, because it trades with the Patron and the Tarsus. And I should be able to pick up the Behemoth in one way or another. And every single time I have a Sentry in my hand, I'm like, please, play an Immortal Echoes, please, Immortal Echoes one time. Which is funny, because normally you hate it when your opponent plays an Immortal Echoes, but in this deck, you're triggering a lot of ley lines. Well, I mean, any deck that has leyline in it, because decks are really greedy right now. They're playing, well, not greedy, but there's Immortal Echoes and Dozer, and then Hesperian Sage. Like, there's just a ton of cards that produce creatures that don't come from hand. So Leyline Sentries are actually in a really good spot right now. Even if the level 1s are garbage, the level 2 is probably the best level, and the level 3 is also, like, it's fine. It's like a 917, I think. So it's nothing to sneeze at, so to speak. And yeah, like you're probably triggering it when it's in your hand almost 50%, or if not more times that you actually have it in your hand. So it's pretty good. I've definitely liked it. After playing this tournament in particular, I definitely felt like playing a lot more Spirit Stone Sentries, or sorry, Leyline Sentries. So here the play looks pretty obvious, I think. Just, Ebon Skull Knight there, battle, and then move the Duskmaw over. Oh yeah, I can actually Soul Reap the Varna too. Okay, so I could either play the Duskmaw in front of the Dozer and Tendrils it immediately, or I could Soul Reap the Varna and then move the Duskmaw over post-combat and Tendrils, which is what I elected to do, as opposed to just throwing the Duskmaw down immediately. I didn't really have any great reason for doing this. I mean, both plays obviously have some merit to them. I do push a little bit more damage this way. I don't know. I'm tempted to say that I made the wrong play there and I should have just Dusk Mod and then Tendrils first and just overrid my guy. But, I mean, it's not like it's horrible. And, like, the thing is, like, leveling up Soul Rape doesn't really do anything, and leveling up with Dusk Mod is actually, like, kind of relevant. Even though we're going into Power Level 3, like, I won't see the results until Power Level 3. Drawing a Level 2 Dusk Mod is going to be better than drawing a Level 2 Soul Rape pretty much all the time. And it's not like I get much benefit from this. Like, I get a 4-8 instead of a 6-5 mobility. Both of them are still in front of the Dusk, of his Dusk Maw, so yeah, it's definitely not necessary that that was the right play. And I probably should have done the other play, but I don't know, it's fine. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I think I just, you know, when you have a card like Soul Reap in your deck that's so situational and you actually have a target that you can use it on, you want to use it, right? Like, you just like, man, I need to do this for the children, for the entertainment. So yeah, I got another free Leyline Sentry here, which obviously is nice. Alright, so I get to kill everything here. It's not great the way that I have to do it, but here actually, like, I remember this. I was so mad. He had one level 2 Dozer in his graveyard, and he hit it off the Immortal Echoes compared to all of the other garbage that he had in his deck. I was just like, what is this? What is this? This is dumb. And it was pretty dumb at the time. Like, I was so far ahead, and then he gets a freaking level 2 Dozer off of his Immortal Echoes when he only has one in the dead pool. Like, come on, that's pretty unlucky. Fortunately for me, I'm able to soak up a lot of the damage there because of my Leyline Sentry, but I still wasn't very happy about it. I think I'm actually gonna pause the video here and I'll come back when he makes a move. Oh, never mind. I lied. We're back. Okay, I remember this part here. I was starting this turn for me. I was like, do I Ambriel's Edict or do I Epidemic, or like what saves me the most damage? What does the most? And looking back at this turn, I didn't really feel like Epidemicing. I don't think that was the right play. So it was basically either Crypt Conjurer or Bury. And then on top of that, do I block the Behemoth and Ambriel's Edict, or do I open lane an Ambriel's Edict? And given that those are my options, ruling out the Epidemic, I feel like open laning the Crypt Conjurer and Ambriel's Edicting would have probably been the best play. I believe I end up blocking with the Crypt Conjurer and Ambriel's Edicting, but yeah, like I said, I could certainly be convinced that that was the wrong play. I think I should have probably open laned the Crypt Conjurer and then Ambriel's Edict. But either way, it's not a huge deal. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I ended up. So the big thing here was I wanted to level my Crypt Conjurer and my yeah, that's right. This is what I ended up doing. And it's because I wanted to put both the level 3s in my deck. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Maybe that was the right play. Because I take 1 damage here, first off. I only take 1 damage. Which is really good. And I essentially trade with the Behemoth, and like the other Behemoth goes down to 3/3. Yeah, okay. This play makes a lot of sense to me. Although, you know, that particular turn, there's definitely a lot of merit to do different things. Yeah, the big thing was that I wanted to level with both my level 2 cards, which makes a lot of sense, you know. I think that ended up actually working out pretty well for me, so. Fortunately, we're going first this game. I think I went first in a lot of these games, and going first is huge, especially when you have something like Leyline Sentry in your deck. What I've found ends up happening quite a lot is they will on their 1.4, what will end up happening is, okay, here I think I am Real's Edicted, which seems like a pretty obvious play. I kill everything of his, gain some life, and yeah. Anyway, so what I was saying was, on their 1.4, if they recur something and it's your 2.1 and you immediately get a level 2 Leyline Sentry down, like, the game's pretty much over at that point, realistically. Like, you got a free level 2 before they've even seen their level 2 hand. So that's something that's happened, and it's pretty bonkers. Like, let's be real here. Like, that's insane. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a single level 3 card yet through two turns, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't go too crazy either. And even if he does, our level 3s are definitely a lot stronger than his level 3s. So there's that for us. And I get a free Leyline Sentry proc here, which is, again, obviously really nice. Here I think, yeah, Crypt Conjurer plus Ebon Skull Knight, and then the Tendrils is probably the right play. Actually doing quite a bit of damage to him here. I'm hitting for 14. I've got 4 creatures in play, and one of them is Crypt Conjurer, which drains, and I still haven't seen a level 3 card yet. So, you know, as of right now, this game's looking really good for us. And there's one Plunder up in this deck, and I was really freaking happy to see him here. This level 1 Plunder can take a level 3 Dozer or a level 3 Behemoth, which is obviously insane. So our hand's really well set up right now. I don't think I got any huge benefit off the Plunder Imp, but just the idea that I could have made me get a warm fuzzy feeling inside. Yeah, so he actually he hasn't drawn a single level 2 yet in his level 3, so I can't complain about anything that's happened to me. And there's his level 3, which I just stripped from him. So yeah, the level 3 so far has been hugely in our favor, which is nice. It's good. It's nice to have nice things. Okay, so he gets an Immortal Echoes going, so any Leyline Sentry we draw from now on is going to activate, which is kind of nice. Here, it's 3.4, so there's absolutely no reason for me to play this Ebon Skull Knight, so I believe the best play would be block the Duskmaw with our Ebon Skull Knight, and then play the Death Current. I ended up not doing that, but I think that would have been the best play. Granted, you know, I did get an extra 20 or 11 damage in here, which I am playing some amount of Howls in the deck. I think there's 2 Howls in the deck, so, you know, going into power level 4 with 2 Howls in your deck and a level 3 Crypt Conjurer and a level 2 Crypt Conjurer, that's definitely going to be worth it. But like I said, I think it might have been better just to trade off and play the Death Current, because leveling the Death Current would have been really nice, getting that level 2 Death Current in the deck. So he Tendrils us, which is like, you know, whatever, because I've got my own Duskmaw Tendrils. And I'm getting a free Leyline Sentry. And he gets another level 2 Dozer. So at this point, I was actually a little afraid, because yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on for him. What do I think the best play is here looking back? Yeah, probably killing the Dozer because it's doing a buttload of damage to me. It's doing the most damage out of anything else he has. And then, oh man, I don't even know. Probably blocking the Patron with the Duskmaw. The reason for that is because I do have Epidemics in the deck. I do have Tendrils in the deck, so I'm going to be able to pick it up with a lot of stuff. Alright, I remember here. I was thinking about this, and I was like, what saves me the most damage? So, blocking with the Duskmaw saves me 11 points of damage, but doing the other play saved me effectively 12 points of damage because it's -4, and plus I gain 4 health. Oh yeah, and I actually just kill him here because I have the Epidemic to take out this guy and then hit him for 29. So despite things going slightly wrong there, and he actually kills me too, but I do more damage. He was starting to really get ahead in power level 4 there. He hit very well off of his Immortal Echoes, and he got his level 3s finally. And the only level 3s I saw was I got one level 3 Barrier Soldier and a couple Leyline Sentries, and the level 3 Leyline Sentry is not really that good. But yep, being able to kill his guy there, and the level 2 Scythe definitely was nice. So we're up against another Necria Mutera big creatures deck. We're going to see an ongoing theme in this tournament about how popular these decks are now, possibly due to my last video that I posted, because I know a couple people were telling me, hey, after I saw that video I played the deck, and yeah, now it's like basically all that anybody sees, you know. So there's not a lot of content on Solforge, so, and I know people really like the net deck. I mean, you know, everybody net decks, let's be honest. It's simple, it's easy, it's, you know, just everybody does it. And yeah, a lot of people are playing big creature Necria Mutera decks. That's just how it is right now. Anyways, this game actually really frustrated me because he was activating his Dozers with Malice Hermit a lot, and it kept dodging my freaking Leyline Sentries, and it was really annoying. Yeah, so here, I don't even know. Something like, oh, and then Ariel's Edict. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's what I do here. Yeah, that was actually a pretty obvious play. Stompmeister, when he told me about this deck, he was like, okay, so the way you play the deck is you just do whatever you can not to die. And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess so. I'll try it. I don't really think the deck's very good, and I don't really, you know, the deck looks like it's crap, but I am not winning at it with anything else, so I'll try that, and I'll use your strategy of just do whatever you can not to die. And that, if you keep that in mind, especially for power level 1, it makes your plays really easy. Just whatever play is the best for not dying or taking the least amount of damage, do that. and then the deck will sort itself out after that. And here we have yet another Dozer. You know, people are playing a lot of Dozers. Oh, there's another Dozer. Again, not triggering my freaking Leyline Sentry. Very sad. A little salty about that. Because, you know, they keep playing these Dozers and I keep having these Leyline Sentries in my hand. Here I actually elect to level the Leyline Sentry. I mean, it seems like a pretty good opportunity too. I get to take out this Dozer, take no damage, and level the Leyline Sentry, which it did slightly cross my mind for a split second, like, do I really want to reveal that I have Leyline Sentries in my deck? And I was like, you know, he's playing a Big Dumb Animals deck. He's not gonna care. He's not gonna play around them. And again, this Leyline Sentry with 2 Dozers being activated, not getting triggered. So I was just like, you know, a little salty again, but it is what it is. So it doesn't look like it, but I did actually think about that pretty I did actually think about that play, and I decided to use the Death Current over something else because it actually killed something. Yeah, I don't know, not much to say about that. And I wanted to do it pre-combat in case it did hit the Soothsayer Hermit. You know, that way at least I keep my Crypt Conjurer alive, and it just made sense to do it pre-combat because there was no way I could get it so that it 100% targeted a dozer. So I figured just to do it pre-combat and take what I could. So here he kind of teased me a little bit. I thought he didn't have the tendrils after playing his guy doing combat and then waiting a second, but he ended up having the tendrils, so that's how it goes. And here I believe I just play my 2 level 2 cards. I don't think there's much merit in playing the Death Current, and I'm taking 0 damage with the Barrier Soldier in play, so I think I'd want to open lane the Crypt Conjurer and then play the Barrier Soldier in front of the Malice Hermit. I think that would be the best play. I'm pretty sure that's what I ended up doing. I'm not 100% sure though. Yeah. So yeah, that's I think looking back, that was pretty simply the best play. Not much to say about that. And I've got another Leyline Sentry, just rearing to get played. Unfortunately, no spells in my hand, so I'm not going to be gaining any life off of this Crypt Conjurer, but that's going to happen every now and then, Can't always have perfect draws. I was definitely feeling pretty far behind at this point, though. I didn't have any Leylines trigger yet. He keeps activating his stupid dozers with Malice Hermits, and the poison is on your turn, so your Leyline Sentries don't trigger off of that, which is really annoying, but that is what it is, right? So yeah, like I said, I was feeling a little worried at this point. Like, I'm behind on board, I'm down on life, and I've got an all level 1 hand, so, and I don't have any spells on my hand for this Crypt Conjurer to be good. So I'm kind of like, I hope he misses. The only saving grace is I have 2 Ebon Skull Knights, which are able to, kill basically anything. He's thinking long and hard about his turn, so I don't know. I don't remember what happens exactly. I played this tournament 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So yeah, I don't remember exactly what happens, but it looks like nothing too bad. which is good, because otherwise I would have obviously been dead if you played a lot of really good stuff at this point. Okay, so here I think just throw on the 2 Ebon Skull Knights, kill as much of his stuff as possible. Oh, actually, yeah, Crypt Conjurer makes more sense. Crypt Conjurer and Ebon Skull Knight. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I can really do. So, shippeth the turn. Again, I don't remember exactly what happens here. Ah, yes. Yeah, I remember this. He plays both of the Malice Hermits, which actually ends up helping me quite a bit. I'm able to Death Current, and then whichever one dies, I can throw my Duskmaw next to. And I remember looking, I put it back in my hand and I look, I've got all 3 tendrils left in my deck. So there's a really freaking good chance I'm going to draw tendrils here. And lo and behold, I actually draw all 3 of them. So yeah, this ended up working out pretty well. I am getting pretty low on life, but I mean, I'm able to kill this guy for free essentially. And I have a Soul Reap in my hand. Very good, right? Maybe not. Lo and behold, now that I have a Soul Reap in my hand. Oh wait, no, that's right. I remember this. He plays the Immortal Echoes, because I knew my Leyline Sentry trigger this turn. He plays the Immortal Echoes. I get to kill both of his guys and Soul Reap his Dozer. So this turn ended up going really well for me. And then I've got okay, so I start my 3.1 with a Crypt Conjurer and a Duskmaw combo. So things are definitely starting to look up. And as you can see, he's taking a lot of chip damage here from the Leyline Sentries. So the Leyline Sentries, they end up doing a lot of damage, because they just I don't know, they just trigger and they're on your side of the board, and then, you know, they yeah, they just do a lot of work. Now here I could Duskmaw Tendrils his Duskmaw, or I could Vyrix Embrace his Ebon Skull Knight to get more damage in, and play a Tendrils. I think I like Vyrix Embrace more, because his 6/5 Duskmaw realistically is not very threatening, and I think having my 7/5 attack him and playing an extra spell this turn to gain an extra 5 health is a little bit better. I don't remember what I ended up doing. I actually gained an extra 9 health off of the Vyrix Embrace. I don't remember what I ended up doing, but I think Vyrix Embrace on his Ebon Skull Knight would have been the play. And I'm obviously deep in the tank. Alright, and that is what I ended up doing, so I like that play. Oh, nope, I lied. I am a liar. Yeah, I think the Vyrix Embrace would have been better, but I mean, either play is obviously like okay. Yeah, Vyrix Embrace probably better, but this is what it is. Level 3 Barrier Soldier here is really annoying for the opponent. Alright, I won't be soul reaping that anytime soon. He plays an Ancestral Echo, so he must have had a pretty garbage hand here. Unfortunately, my Death Current's only level 1, so I can't even use it. And I believe I like to just play 2 Barrier Soldiers so that I take 0 damage from this Ebon Skull Knight. Now here, I remember this turn. He plays a level 3 Malice Hermit, and it certainly makes me go into the think tank a little bit, because he gets this huge freaking Malice Hermit. I don't really have a way to deal with it, and yeah, it's tough. The thing is my Dozer actually gave me a bit of Malice Hermit protection, which was kind of nice. But yeah, like this Malice Hermit gets huge, really big, really fast. So I did think a lot about. Okay, so in my mind I was like, oh, Vyrix Embrace plus Epidemic kills his Malice Hermit. That was what I was thinking. I cast the Vyrix Embrace, and I'm like, wait a minute, it didn't kill it. Like, shit, this is kind of bad. It's getting another +8/+8, and I'm only doing 15 to it. Like, my Leyline Sentry doesn't kill it. My Epidemic does nothing against it now. I'm like, I just like, oh man, that sucks. So I didn't think that one through very well. But I ended up salvaging it a bit. What I ended up doing, which I think made the most sense, is I battle. Do, you know, a decent amount of damage to his dude, and then I end up playing the Leyline Sentry in front of his Ebon Skull Knight post combat, because the Ebon Skull Knight has 4 poison on it, right? Like, it's pretty much guaranteed to die no matter what. And yeah, his guy's gonna be pretty big. I'm taking quite a bit of damage here, but I think it's okay. Because the problem with this is when my Barrier Soldier dies, so like when my Barrier Soldier dies, his dude gets another +4/+4, so my Leyline Sentry doesn't even trade with it. And then I end up drawing a really, really good 3.4 hand to make up for, you know, any mistakes that I might have made prior. And yeah, I take 25 damage here, which is obviously a huge chunk, but Duskmaw Tendrils here to save the day. As per usual. Yeah, this Duskmaw Tendrils is you know, it just rolls off the tongue, really, it does. It's a nice thought. And I like not to block the doors here. He has to activate it, and he hasn't leveled a single Scourge Hydra yet, or maybe he's leveled 1. So if he plays a level 1 Scourge Hydra to activate his Dozer, I'm not too upset about that. I've got a level 3 Crypt Conjurer in play. Like, that's gonna do a lot of work. And yeah, there's nothing here that can kill me. So yeah, I think it just ends up working out pretty well. And I'm pretty sure I just have lethal here. Yeah, I'm doing 17 plus 16 plus 16 plus 12. That's like, it's over 50 damage. So yeah, very, very easily killing here. Yeah, that was, I don't know, like, the entire game, it didn't feel like I was winning. And then, yeah, he just happened I just happened to have lethal in 4.1. So, that's the thing with this deck that I've noticed a lot, is, like, it doesn't feel like you're ahead, pretty much ever, and then you just win. The level 3 is pretty strong, and you do a ton of chip damage with the Leyline Sentries. And, theme of the tournament, beating NU big creature decks. Varna is on another NU creature deck, and I'm pretty sure he actually took quite a while. Oh, never mind, I lied. I might have actually, no, I didn't pause it there. I don't know, for some reason I thought he took a long time on his turn 1. Obviously that's not the case, he didn't. Here, pretty easy Death Current plus Duskmaw, I think. You know, just go for that board control. And the thing with Duskmaw is if he plays an Immortal Echoes, then I've got coverage for that. So, like, yeah, he can obviously play 2 creatures in whatever lanes he wants, but, you know, the deck does run Immortal Echoes, so I feel like playing the Duskmaw is justified here. Obviously, he didn't draw Tendrils, but we do have a Soul Reap. So when I Death Current and played Duskmaw here, he goes ahead and plays Plunder Imp. So I assume he thought we were on Big Dumb Animals at this point, which, you know, is obviously a completely reasonable assumption. But yeah, that turn I think kind of, you know, pretty straightforward. Play stuff where stuff is supposed to be played. I could have put the Duskmaw into lane 2, but I know he's playing a Big Dumb Animals deck at this point. He's on NU. He played turn 1 Dozer. I'd rather just save as much damage as possible and not try to get cute and try to hit a Tendrils. Although, you know, like I said, it's, well, the thing is if he plays a Duskmaw, or sorry, a Dozer in front of my Duskmaw and then activates it and kills it, that's pretty freaking bad for me. So yeah, I think it's better just to block there. And yeah. So he elects to kill my Duskmaw as opposed to getting one of his creatures back, which is, you know, it's a fine play. I don't know if I would have necessarily done that, but like I said, it's fine. And here I have another good opportunity to level a Leyline Sentry against an Immortal Echoes Dozer deck, so that's what I end up doing. And I think it's totally fine to do. Again, the Leyline Sentries against these kind of decks, if you ever get a good opportunity to level them, definitely do it, because their level 2 is insane. Insanely good. Like, their level 2 can kill a level 2 Dozer for free. Free! Everybody likes free. So yeah, definitely worth it. And obviously I've got a horrible hand here. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about it. Click the battle button, level up something, and then play a Death Current. Not much else to really do with that. I decided not to do the 6 life point swing and instead just level up the card, the Epidemic, which, I mean, I don't know. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think the 3 damage gained and the 3 damage dealt is not worth having. Is not as worth as having a leveled Epidemic in my deck. He plays a turn 1 Oathrow, which is interesting to me. I got a little Soul Reap crazy here again and decided to steal it, which was ambitious. I'll say it was ambitious, you know, against an open lane Duskmaw, which could potentially kill it, 60% of the time that it goes into one of those lanes. And plus it's 2.1. I mean, he's probably going to be able to deal with it, let's be real here. But, I was like, yeah, I got some Death Currents in my deck. Maybe I'll live the Othra dream. But, it's spoiler alert, didn't happen. You know what? Okay, you know what? Maybe it did. I'll leave the dream alive for you guys to fantasize over. Just like, oh my god, is he gonna get it? Well, long story short, maybe. Even though I already said no. But don't worry about it. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. Yeah. I almost feel like this deck should just not have Soul Reaps in it. For the pure sake of people getting way too Soul Reap happy. Like, I don't know if anybody else has this feeling, but like, whenever I get a Soul Reap, I need to play it. Whenever I get an opportunity to Soul Reap something, I have to play it. It's just not debatable. And here I'm like, okay, we gotta protect the Othra. We have to protect the Othra. Oh my god, I got the Death Current. This is game. This is game over. This is what I was thinking right now. I was like, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that freaking. I'm gonna kill that behemoth with my Death Current, and I'm gonna live the dream. The dream is real. One time dealer. Alright, I missed. But yeah. I just override the Othra and kill this guy. Dream dead. I totally would have gotten it though. Oh man, it would have been great. He kills my guy. It's fine. And he's at 48 life. Like, how did that even happen? Really, if you think about it. If you look at this entire game, how is he at 41 life right now? Like, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, realistically, it doesn't make sense. I don't know how. I don't know how I did so much damage to him, but I did. And yeah, I honestly don't know. I don't get it. Like, I've been commentating this whole time. I freaking wasted a turn Soul Reaping a freaking turn 1 Othra, or a 2.1 Othra, and like, he's at 35 life. I don't get it. I don't know. It just that's just what happened, I guess. He has had some pretty crappy echoes though. Like, he got Malice Hermit back a couple times, and he got the Duskmaw back, which immediately died to my Sentry. So yeah, I don't know. And that level 2 Epidemic actually did a lot of work, and that was this turn is disgusting, by the way. You see that level 2, or that level 3 Death Current in my hand? Yeah, it's pretty freaking good right here. Not gonna lie. This pretty much wins me the game on the spot. I was just kind of looking at it, and I was like, this is pretty good. So yeah, I mean, if I wasn't already really far ahead this game, that completely sealed the deal right there. If I was Varna, I would have been like, man, absolutely everything went wrong this game, and it really did. This was one of those games where it didn't. There was nothing our opponent could have done to win this game based on that RNG. So here I looked at my deck and I was like, you know what? I've got some Crypt Conjurers. I've got a freaking huge Ebon Skull in there right now. The cards in my hand don't really do anything. I like to just howl him. I'm at such a high life total right now that there's pretty much no way I could lose with him being at 8 life. So I just did that, and I was like, you know what? There's absolutely nothing that he can do here. And again, sticking with that theme, I was like, you know what? If I draw Tendrils and 2 spells, I win the game. If I draw another Crypt Conjurer, a Howl, pretty much anything. There's like, it's so hard for me not to just win the game right here. And here I cast two Tendrils and Ambriel's Edict, and I win the game. for anybody that. Oh wait, yes, that's right. 2 tendrils and Ambriel's Edict. Oh no. 2 tendrils and Ambriel's Edict, and I have to get a little lucky, which I did, and I just immediately kill him. Alright, so we're 3-0 at this point, and final boss. You guys are never going to guess what he's playing. It's something completely new and original that nobody else is playing right now. It's Big Dumb Animals. Oh man, this deck. So I actually ended up going first twice, and I went second twice. So, yeah, it's definitely pretty significant because going second typically pretty bad. We get a Leyline Sentry, which is just absolute gravy. The only problem with this is yeah, I got an Ambriel's Edict. He's playing Progeny of Exist, which I guess is Ambriel Edict protection, but I don't really think that's very good. And yeah, I like just to play the Ambriel's Edict here. I think that makes sense. And obviously I'm not going to trade 2 damage for 3, especially when I'm the guy that's trying to stay alive. And we got a completely clear board, and a Duskmaw combo, and a Leyline Sentry, which may or may not trigger. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, I had that Leyline Sentry in my head. I'm like, playing Echoes every time. Because it's always a great feeling when your opponent gets a 10/10 aggressive creature, and and you get a 2/8, a vanilla 2/8. That's what you want, right? And at this point, I already knew that he was playing NU, so I just ended up throwing the Duskmon between the 2 creatures. I don't know if that's really correct, but I mean, where else am I going to put it? In one of the side lanes? Yeah, definitely in the middle is the right spot. But what I'm saying is I know that he's not going to like play a Windweaver and move his Nether Shriek over or anything like that. So. Yeah, we have no ways of activating our Dozer, so we basically have to hope that a Mortal Echo lands in front of it. That's not in another Drake. But, oh, it's looking okay so far. We're at a really high life total. He hasn't really done a lot. The Thunderstorm in front of the Dozer there, I don't know, it's kind of weird, honestly, because, like, if he ever pumps it at all, he has to pump it up to at least 10, otherwise it activates our Dozer, and then, yeah, I don't know. Just seems a little weird to me, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. So, our starting level 2 hand looks pretty decent. Be able to pick up everything that he has. We're ahead on life going into power level 2, so I mean that's a really good sign. He's barely touched us in power level 1. So that's certainly favoring us so far. And I mean, we already showed him Soul Reap, so I don't really know why he'd want to play Thundersoar, but I mean, obviously his deck is a little experimental. Yeah, here I just keep all my guys alive, kill all of his guys, more or less. I've got 2 Tendrils in my hand, which is sweet with the Crypt Conjurer in play, and also a Duskmaw, so this hand's looking really strong despite no level 2s. He didn't play any level 2s either though, so far we're actually ahead on a level 2. Okay, he plays 2 dozers, which obviously we'll be able to just kill both of them. Which I believe is what I do. You know, get a couple sleeping dozers in the Deadpool is not a horrible thing for his Immortal Echoes. And I mean, yeah, we're pretty far ahead right now. Like, we're up 40 life. We have an entire board against his 166. And I mean, his 2 sleeping dozers there were completely useless. They both did absolutely nothing. Granted, we did get a double Duskmaw Tendrils hand. So, turns out getting 2 free kills on things is gonna be good for you. And we have a bunch of level 2s in our hands, so we'll be able to make some stuff work, hopefully. And he gets a little bit of luck there, which, I mean, it's fine. We've been pretty lucky this game so far. So, yeah, throw down the Death Current, that's definitely the best thing to level up. And we actually get him quite a bit of extra damage doing so. I decided to just leave the Hydra up. And I also decided to let him have the Ceruzal. I don't really care if he respawns the Nether Drake. I mean, if it kills my Ebon Skull Knight, it's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's like, it's dying in a turn anyways. Yeah, I lose a bit of damage, but I'm so far ahead right now that it really just doesn't matter that much. And the thing is, my Crypt Conjurer is dying no matter what. It's only got 4 health, right? So, I mean, I'd rather him not get a Behemoth in the Deadpool, or, like, whatever happens. So he does get lucky and hit the 50-50 there with the Nether Drake. So that Nether Drake actually has 2 kills already. Maybe even 3, considering he played it once. So that Nether Drake did a lot of work. That being said, he didn't draw very many level 2s, so we're definitely pretty far ahead here. And here, I believe I Crypt Conjurer, Epidemic, and Tendrils. Seems like it would probably be the best play. I gain 6 life, I do 6 to him, effectively wipe his whole board. And I've got a Crypt Conjurer in play, which is always nice. And that Thundersword he played is still doing absolutely nothing. Just never lucky. Well, our 3.1 isn't the best, but I mean, he's barely played anything. So, can't really complain. Like, he only played 2 level 2s. We've got the means to deal with this through Ebon Skull Knight. And we can Vampiric's Embrace as well, or Death Current, or literal anything. Vamp Embrace seems pretty good here, though. I could have also seen an argument for putting Duskmaw in front of the Scourge Hydra, but I think it's nice just to kill his big creatures. Yeah, our opponent drew pretty poorly, I guess. So, I mean, the thing is, though, is the Big Dumb Animals deck, I mean, all of their level 1s and level 2s are, pretty close to the same power level, so they don't really get level screwed that much. The only thing that really matters is getting, like, Dozer level 3s, because those are actually a pretty big threat. But the Dozer level 1s compared to the Dozer level 2s are not really crazy difference. I like putting Duskmaw in lane 1. Oh yeah, actually that makes a lot of sense. Putting it in lane 4 to kill the Behemoth or to kill the thing. Lane 1 I think would have also been Totally acceptable. I might get a free Leyline Sentry here. That'd be pretty sweet. And I actually have double Scythe. I'm pretty sure that wins me the game. It does. Oh wait, he killed my guy. Never mind, it might not win me the game then. How much am I doing? I'm doing 16, 32, 42. No, sorry, 8, 16. Yeah, it's only 26. So not quite lethal. Wait, I missed lethal here. I definitely did. If I had played Crypt Conjurer, I do 31 damage. So yeah, I actually missed lethal here. That's Nope, 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 no. Okay, never mind anything I'm saying. Why did I keep thinking Scythe gave me 16 points of attack? It only gave me 8. Alright, never mind. Did not miss lethal. We can go on with our lives. Alright, and I mean he's gotta block all 3 of my creatures. And he can't, so we win! And there's a 4-0. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and take it easy.